Hello, everyone. This is a special episode recorded on location. I think I say live in the episode, but on location is the proper phrase at London Fashion Week very recently, and we're joined by our special guest in person too. So please enjoy all the crackles and pops that come with the three of us trying to share a tiny mic in a cafe so that we can record this for you right before we've got to run off to catch a fashion show. Have a lovely one and enjoy the episode. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very... Well, we're serving you a very special episode of Falling Upwards today because, as some of you might know, Maddie and I are rarely in the same place, and we love having our special guest from last season, Sonal Lad, here on the show. But all three of us are finally in the same place for London Fashion Week. We're outside waiting because it's wet and windy because it's London. So we thought we'd bring you a special episode in person. You can hear the madness around us. So, hello to my dear co-host, I should say, Maddie Armstrong.
Hi. This is really unexpected. I feel like I'm being held hostage by me right now.
Well, as mentioned, lovely Sonal is here. Hey, Sonal, how you doing?
I'm good. I feel like, we're hardly ever in the same place at the same time. But you know what, guys? This is Notting Hill. Like, how high-end can you get? I mean, before we started this, Aimée's introduction was slightly less. I mean, she can probably reenact it for you, but it didn't seem fitting for Notting Hill. The very fancy upmarket establishment that we're in.
Well, shall we kick things off with mad news? Maddie, what have you got today?
Yeah, so I have a very cute article of news. That is, we all remember the baby hippo. We all remember the baby hippo that got very, very hyped. Yeah. What other baby hippo could I have been talking about? We spoke about Musings on the podcast. Anyway, so at the Point Defiance Zoo, there is this beautiful endangered little tapir calf called Aimée, and he or she has got these stripes that are very rare. And look at his cute face. And it's just my favorite thing currently. Like, the Twitter page is just dedicated to this tapir calf. And she's so cute. Look at her little face. Oh my god, that is the cutest thing I've seen. So please, everyone, please check out Aimée and give her lots of love.
I think the world would be better if we all spent more time with baby animals.
And she's rare, apparently. Like, they don't grow looking that way, I read. So,
wait, how do they usually look then?
I think they just grow without the stripes.
In honor of London Fashion Week and the fashion season, Sonal, who is our resident fashion expert, for you, what is the best fashion fail that one can do?
Oh, I feel like I've done a lot. Like, I've personally done a lot, and I feel like obviously there's two different sorts. There's the fails that you get with like celebrities who have like the amazing, then you have like everyday. And one everyday that I still don't understand the need for it. And if anyone out there does this, this is coming also as like a K-pop fan that like anyone knows 17 like he wears these slippers all the time. So he doesn't wear trainers. They did a broadcast with me, like, he said that he's not worn, like, aside from performances, he's not worn like, trainers or proper shoes in like 7 years. Because he said that he started, like, in his wardrobe, he doesn't have any trainers, he has slippers. And these are like, have you ever heard of like the barefoot shoes? Yeah. So it's similar to that. And I'm going to actually show it because I feel like this phase is better.
Is it the shoes where you can like see the outline of the toes?
Yeah, like that. And like he wears stuff like that, and I feel like you can't see it, but that and like wearing like sliders and stuff every day. I feel like he's just got the dogs out all the time.
Sorry, did you call toes dogs?
You see, there is hardly a day where he doesn't have his like. There are like YouTube reactions that they do to music, and he's got his slipper on the floor, just his like feet out.
Because this is not a visual show, Maddie has an ick face on at the moment.
Like these. Does he not wear the socks? No. Oh. So his thing is he used to be too lazy to put on socks. So now he just wears these. And he's my favourite idol. Well, his fashion sense is snide. So
You're not a fan?
they're just not good, are they? Can we at least don some socks? Like, or like, yeah, like them. Oh, I mean, I want to see Emmy's.
I feel one must wear socks. No. Okay, wait. If it's Crocs with socks, how does that affect your opinion?
Yeah, I feel Crocs with socks are weird. So anything like, because I feel like they're like.
Okay, wait. So if Woozy is wearing Crocs, but he's wearing socks, does that make it better or worse?
Well, I think worse. It's like socks and sandals. You know, I actually vibe with socks and sandals.
Break it down, because I feel like some people are very against that.
Air and comfort. I'm telling you, okay? If you are walking around for a long amount of time, your feet get hot, your feet get, stuffy a bit. It's not comfortable. But having sandals on means they get to see the light of day without disgracing themselves. Do they with socks? I feel like if you've got socks on, they're even more constricted.
Yeah, aren't you like hotboxing your toes?
Socks are like, if you're wearing like nice cotton socks, they're breathable. Is this new information to you? Yes.
Oh, okay, wait.
Like fabric itself, they all have like,
They all breathe
in it.
Okay, wait. So I'm thinking the scenarios in which one would wear sandals. Okay. Is it all scenarios? Like, would you even at the beach? Would you also pop socks on?
No. Okay, because at the beach I'm taking my sandals off so I can dip in the water. Okay, I'm not wearing socks at the beach. No, thank you. But if I'm like having a nice like little stroll around the town, around the neighborhoods, and it's summer, but I don't really want to. You want to get those? I don't want to get those stinkers out. Second disclaimer: they're not stinky, but I just call them stinkers. I might just put on a nice, cute little sock, an ankle sock. Sue me, but I think it's okay.
Oh no, wait. Ankle socks, I feel is more legit. Like you wouldn't go thigh high. Do you know what I mean?
I'm thinking sliders, like comfy sliders.
What about like jelly sandals?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be quite cute. So when I was like 4, I used to have jelly sandals and I'd wear them with socks with the little frills, and it's cute for little kids. But I think once you get to an age, socks and sandals, especially jelly ones, you can get away with it if you have the confidence to pull something off. You can. Maybe that's the word. If confidence, I would not have the confidence to pull that off. I'd be like, everyone is staring at me. Don't you think they would stare more if you had the dogs out? To be fair, I'm not a huge sandals person. Probably should, like, for example, like, when people go to like weddings and stuff and they have like the open toe, I can't have open toes. I mean, feet are feet. All feet look weird.
If you see other people at events wearing open toes, does that already make you feel a bit off?
You know what? Like, if it's just there, no, I don't mind. Like,
but like you couldn't.
Yeah, like for me, like I have a pet, and at weddings, if I have to wear them, I have to wear them. But funny thing, I don't know. So I am obsessed with boots. I have them on now. Any kind, chunky boots.
I love boots too.
Yeah. Obviously I'm Indian, so I wear saris. And you know what? I have an argument with my mum every time. And the only reason I have to wear open toes is because they're the only ones. But if it was up to me, I'd wear I'd wear boots 100% of the time. But turn out they don't look as good with saris.
Do you think? I mean, Maddie just talked about fashion faux pas just now. Is that a genuine thing? Can you actually pull anything off, or are there genuinely things that people should not do?
That one picture of Harry Styles in that weird, like, Tudor-looking hat. Do you remember?
No.
You know the pink shorts?
No.
Are you kidding? It got
no.
So Harry Styles. I was a One Direction fan when they were on X Factor. Harry Styles' dress sense has always been. So when he was on X Factor, and obviously this shows my age a bit. So I was 14 when it sings. So I was only like 2 years difference from that. And so Harry would always wear Jack Wills. And I was obsessed with One Direction. So for like that year, my wardrobe, I made my parents go out and buy me Jack. They're not cheap Jack Wills. I made my parents go out and buy me Jack Wills.
Because of Harry Styles.
I also had a pair of red chinos because of Bluey and a striped t-shirt. So guys, I mean, like obviously I'm still a fangirl now, but obviously 14-year-old Sonal fangirl was peak embarrassed.
They were your style inspirations.
Yeah, I mean, like when I got into like 5 Seconds Summer, like I wore a lot of flannels, but I think like even now, like I just think flannels
are quite classic though.
But I would literally go out in red chinos and a striped t-shirt. And to this day, I can never live it down.
So we were talking about, can anything be fashion? This is one example of when someone tried something and tried to make it look good because of who they are, but it unfortunately did not work.
You know what else that doesn't work? And like, I hope the news that the divorce is going through is true. Bianca, Kanye West's.
My goodness, yeah. At what point is nudity fashion, or is it just actually now assaulting people?
You can't see the fine details, or if there were any. All you can see is, you know, the obvious thing that's peeking through.
Oh, this took a dark turn from Uzi's feet coming out to...
I mean, I have told you stories before about people wearing very little at Fashion Week. And like, you know, for people that don't live in the UK, whenever it's Fashion Week, it's always cold. It's never a period when it's not cold. It's February and September. It's always cold. And some people will wear very, very little. And I'm not just talking about very little. I'm talking about like items that aren't actually clothes, but more like wrapping, sometimes literal wrapping.
You know, they should actually make a whole like coat dropping. So a coat is like the first outfit, and then you reveal the outfit as a visitor as you step through the door.
That's quite nice.
And it also means you don't have to freeze.
All of us will know this because we've all been to K-pop concerts. Like, most of the time, K-pop concerts are like, it's very rare. And so, for example, just in October, it was freezing. I had, I did pick a theme, but I had a shirt on, a bomber jacket, and a coat. Some people there, wow. And these people were probably waiting all day with very little clothing. And I'm like, how are you not dying of hypothermia, right? Because Manchester, like Lemmy said, London Fashion Week is cold. But imagine that it's up north. It is even colder in the north. Maybe we're just old.
No, you know what it is? All three of us are quite slight of stature. And I was talking to a mate about this, and he's also quite skinny. And he was like, people don't say this often, but when you are just quite slender, you just get cold more. Like less than 10, I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere.
It's cold in Korea in January. It was -10. Feels like -16. I've never felt that cold. So now when I'm in Manchester and it's like 2 degrees, I'm like, hey, this is hot. Because I was freezing.
I mean, to put it into perspective for me, like when I'm in Southeast Asia and it's like 30 degrees, I'm still wearing jumpers. I'm fine.
I'm also not good with the hot. I need like...
You are the perfect Brit in that you need just middle temperate weather.
My favourite time of year is autumn. I don't like spring because it rains. And I mess my hair up. Winter, it gets a bit cold. Summer is too hot. Autumn is the perfect time.
What is your ideal temperature? Specific number?
Depends what I'm doing. So I'm going to say, if I'm like out and about, 22.
I'm a 24 kind of girl. Us UK people, we're just very unique to these things.
I think 24 is like happy place. It's not too cold. It's not boiling. It's just nice. Sonal obviously will have expired in her bedroom.
So my mum was born in August. August in India is like monsoon. It's really hot. So she has that. Me, I was born in October in Manchester. What exposure to the heat do I have? What heat is there? Why anyway would you think? Because I'm brown, that suddenly my body is adept to the hot weather. But you're Indian, you should like the hot weather. I'm like, I'm not born here.
As a very pale person, I don't love the cold. I prefer being too hot than too cold.
See? Like, where are people getting this stereotype?
To be fair, I had a friend from Singapore, born and bred in Singapore. When I knew her, lived at least 50% of the year in Singapore. And she hated the heat. She would never go out. Like, she would, when it was our winter, she'd just wear a t-shirt. And I'd be like, are you insane? It's like 5 degrees. How are you going to... And she'd be like, no, I hate the heat. I'm like, but you live in Singapore. Like, how do you get around? She's like, I walk from mall to mall. I don't go outside.
I'm not being rude here. I'm trying to find a quote from an idol. Let me see. It's really funny. It's like, it's really relatable. Oh, I'm really annoyed that I can't find. I'll let you to talk while I find it, but it's perfect.
Do you have any personal fashion faux pas, Maddie? Apart from that illuminating picture of Harry Styles. You know what, wait, I will say, I do admire that, like, I feel like a lot of men's fashion is still very, like, we're still not in that place where I think a lot of men feel they can express anything they want to fashion-wise, and I do admire that he always wants to do that.
We do think men should be able to wear skirts. That was just an unfortunate miss on Mr. Styles' part. But he's had some other great looks. Like on his tour, he had the sort of Elton Johnny kind of get up with the waistcoat and the flared trousers. You know, that was great. That like became his signature look. Sometimes you do miss.
Did you find the quote, Sonal?
So, winter is for snow, autumn is for falling leaves, spring is for spring rain, and summer is for staying at home with the aircon, lying on your bed on your phone.
Very nice. We do like that. Do you have a favourite fashion item? Or like a fallback that, you know, you wear it and you're instantly Sonal and you're happy?
I mentioned it earlier, a check shirt. Because, actually, no, it was a bomber jacket. So, it's very rare, as I've mentioned many times, I'm very short. So, it's hard to find light jackets. So, like, I'm sat across from Aimée, and Aimée is like perfectly tailored blazer. And obviously, like, I would love to have that, but I can't because it's so hard to find something that fits. But I found bomber jackets, and what they do is dress it up, depending on what you're wearing. But then you can also make it really casual. So I have two black ones, and honestly, they're just like my go-to. Going to like a work thing, bomber jacket. Going out to meet friends, bomber jacket. Just going out because it's nice for them. Going out just for a chill, bomber jacket. So that and a pair of chunky black boots. Because again, like I've got them on now, they're really comfortable, so I can wear them to anything. So I want concerts, going out. But also, like if I'm wearing something a bit fancy, like a fashion show, it also looks like kind of formal.
Do you wear a lot of black as well?
I wear so much black, and that's not just like, I personally just like the feel of black items. I think they suit me better. Like if you see my sister, she's the opposite. She wears the brightest colours. I like darker. Like my whole wardrobe is like greys, dark blues, dark greens, blacks.
She's the direct opposite of Maddie, who wears all the colours often. Often, not today, because, you know, she's being very serious and professional. But she is usually in colour.
Yeah, I'm in, well, I mean, I've got jeans on sneakily, but yeah, as a photographer, our uniform is almost always black. But yes, as Aimée knows, I do love my pale blues and pinks. And
Sundresses, you have a lot of like floaty items, dressy, floaty items.
this is like my whole thing. I like that. So I love it when it's summer and it's hot enough for me to just throw on the thinnest, lightest thing that my mum will physically allow me to step out of the door wearing.
So you're not doing a Bianca anytime soon. But you are in a lot of floaty items. You do pull them off very well. Do you think people in general look better in photos or in real life?
Personally, I think I look better in real life. For some reason on photos, I hate taking photos. Because I always just find things to pick at. And when I take them, I show them to my mum. I was like, I look awful. Like, Emmy knows I have skin problems at the moment, and like it's quite bad. But for some reason on cameras, they are like maximized by like 30. Like, thank God for Photoshop. Because like I send these pictures to my dermatologist, and I'm like, oh, not that bad. It's the same thing. But on my camera, for some reason, it's like enhanced. So I think people look better in real life. Also, I mentioned Photoshop. People can do so much with stuff that you're just like, well, show me the real you.
Yeah.
And I'll say this as someone who, when I got back from Korea and Japan, obviously I had skin problems there. A lot of the photos on Instagram are Photoshop. I will admit that. I will admit that I used the blemish tool.
What do you think, Mads? Because, you know, you've taken a lot of beautiful photos of very beautiful people.
It's just very situational. It's very dependent. It's dependent on millimeter lens you're using, really.
So you've got a professional here now.
So yeah, I will admit, I do actually think sometimes people do look better in photos, which is, it's not the most comforting thought, but then I also think they sometimes look better in real life. It depends on the photo, really, because you can capture a shot that's so good, a particular angle, a particular, like, I don't know, aura someone's giving off, and they just don't really exude much of that in real life. And in that case, it is a better photo.
Some people have such an amazing aura. but it can never be captured on camera. It's something that you have to like see in person.
Well, on to the exchange. What would you like to contribute to the exchange this week?
Okay, so again, this is not everyone can't try this out because it's a very specific thing. But when I went to Disney in Tokyo, and I got these little sweets from Fantasy Springs, they're little chocolate ones. That's making my life. I have like at home, we have like a bowl of sweets and stuff, and I can just pick at them. And that's making me happy. Also, in my bedroom, all of the stuff I bought from Japan, because I look at things and they bring back memories.
I will contribute. Okay, there's a show on Disney Plus. There are two shows. There's one called Win or Lose that's just hit Disney Plus, about a baseball team, a kids baseball team. It's animated by Pixar. It's very good. And Medalist, which is an anime about a little girl trying to become a figure skater. And they're both amazing and heartwarming.
Disney used to have like Go Figure and stuff like that. I was obsessed with it.
You need to watch it then. I think you'll love it. Mads, what you got?
So I did think of something, and recently Aimée has got me into Bluey, and I just want to tell everyone about the light of my world right now, which is Pom Pom, the Pomeranian, and I love her so much, so much. And she particularly shines in the episode called Seesaw, so please go watch that. Thank you.
Bluey is the bomb.
It is honestly so comforting because, like, with like, I don't know, wavering mental health states and things, you end up looking at so much stuff on the internet. You know, you could get curious about certain things like true crime and stuff like that, and you don't realize that you're sinking into this sort of hole of like stuff that isn't making you feel good. You might have like a curiosity, but it doesn't make you feel good. And then there's this thing that is so pure, and it reignites this sort of innocent spark in you, and it pulls you out of that hole. So it's been really comforting to me. It really has.
I actually watched when my cousins came and I watched Bluey, and it's so, I don't know if it's the Australian. Yeah. I don't know if it's the Australian accents, but something about it is so calm.
Squeals they do as well.
Okay, let's get real. So I was originally recommended Bluey because a friend of mine who's a mum, she was like, you know, her kid watches a lot of Bluey. He's a big fan. And she was like, oh, I'm recommending Bluey because it's, you know, it's genuinely really good. It's not just like it's a kids show. Like, it is so that kids can watch it, but it's also, as people have watched it, it's meant to be comforting for the parents, for the adults as well. And then I was like, oh, what about Peppa Pig? And look, we don't swear on the show, but she was like, Peppa Pig is not it. She was like, it's not it. It isn't it. Bluey is superior. Don't watch Peppa Pig. I say this as a parent. It's a waste of your time.
As someone who has grown up watching Peppa Pig as a kid, definitely Bluey wins.
Sonal, would you like to give us your sign-off message?
Yeah, I mean, the world is a weird state, but you know what? When in doubt, watch Bluey.
What you got, Mads?
Pray for Maddie because she really needs a nap.
Pray for Maddie. Whatever you're doing, just pause it. Pray for Maddie.
Do like a time traveling prayer. Pray for the past, and then if I like get the rest I need, I'll know.
I'll know that it's actually the listen.
I'll know that it worked. So please do it. There's still time.
Yeah. Also, some prayers that for cheap concert tickets, because we've been discussing prices of upcoming concert tickets, and they are not it. They are not it.
I'll also leave you with, I'm seconding Sonal. Watch Bluey. Don't watch the other stuff online. It's not nice. Watch Bluey. That's the way to go. And tell us if your team, which team you're on. If you're team Jean-Luc or if you're team the other one who I've forgotten the name of. I'm team Jean-Luc so much that I can't remember the name of the other dog.
So Aimée recommended me that episode and it made me cry.
Is it not amazing? I'm team Jean-Luc all the way. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening to our first ever kind of live direct episode from Falling Upwards. Thanks as always, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!